Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Cherise Mathews, and I know that you may have some busy plans for tonight, and I know you could be doing other things, but I'm so excited you're here with me tonight to learn about something extremely exciting. Let me share my screen. There we go. So welcome, everyone. I just want to share with you my story and what we are going to be talking about tonight. So welcome. So my name is Cherise Mathews, and just a little background is that I graduated from college at UCI with a pre-law degree ready to take on the world. And except I had a problem, and that problem was I found out that law was not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So instead, I found myself sitting on a golf course as a cart girl, selling sandwiches and beer, not knowing what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And then my doctor father said, well, at least you're the most well-educated cart girl. And what he didn't know is I was also $40,000 in debt from trying my hand at entrepreneurship. And then one day at the course, this gentleman came up, very kind, humble gentleman, and he bought his sandwiches and his beer, and he gave me $100 tip. And I said, excuse me, sir, I think you've made a mistake. This is $100. And he said, no, that's for you. And I said, well, gosh, yeah, thank you. And I thought, to myself at that time, I'm being in debt and just graduated from college, $100 didn't look too shabby. And so I said, thank you. May I ask you, what do you do for a living? And he said, I'm in person-to-person distribution. And he drove away. And I thought to myself, wow, do people actually make money doing that? Well, I would never know because I was never going to try it again. And then fast forward, my career path took me in two different directions simultaneously. One, I worked as first of all, as an insurance wholesaler, wholesaling insurance to financial planners to protect high net worth estates. And then also my passion, I just can't help it. My passion is in the fitness industry. And I was teaching and training athletes from the beginning level all the way to the elite athlete. And I always knew doing that one-on-one, there had to be a better way to leave a larger footprint on human health than just one-on-one. And sure enough, my passion for health started to take precedence. So one day, one of my very best friends came to me and she introduced me to a business at that time that had the most powerful antioxidants ever found for human health. And we ran like crazy and worked hard to bring that product to market. And while we were earning a leveraged income with that company. And one day, because simultaneously I was working in the insurance business, my boss called me into his office and he said, we've always been very honest with each other. And he said, you know what? I know what you're doing. And of course I had told him what I was doing. He said, don't look back, run like crazy. Go home and be with your kids and work that business. My wife had made millions of dollars in that business with that business platform. He said, go for it. If you ever want to come back, you can. There's a wide open door. And I thought, wow, not a bad way to leave a job, right? And so anyways, at that time, science was advancing rapidly. And what we found was that this most powerful antioxidant in the world didn't even compare to our own body's ability to flip the switch and activate its own production of antioxidants by 100-fold. And I thought, wow, wait a minute, we are onto something big. And I here at Life Vantage has been here for 10 years, so excited about changing the face of human health. And can't wait to share this with you. So in fact, my husband, he said the other day, thank you. Do you realize that in what you do in this business platform, not only has it survived two economic crashes, your business has actually thrived in those. And he said, thank you for just helping our family and changing the trajectory of our family's future. So this is what I want to share with you tonight. Tonight, we have a viable business platform that is so relevant in the health technology that is such loud science, and together has created one of the most exciting business opportunities I've ever seen. So first, I want to let you know that this is work. This is not a game. This is definitely work. And what you can do with this is what you put into this. So we're going to talk tonight about 4 components. 1, products and science that are just loud science and exciting. 2, compensation. How can you capitalize on that? 3, the timing of the company itself. And 4, how there is a very valid system to help you become successful. Let's get into the products and the science first. LifeVantage began in a lab with a single question. And that was, is declining health something we have to simply accept as part of getting older? And what the first discovery was that our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. But the second discovery was that decades later, we discovered how to activate these genes inside of our bodies. This is where our company was formed, and to continue this research and share it to the world. So where did we start? A brief history of LifeVantage. LifeVantage, our products have been sold since 2003. And in 2005, an ABC primetime investigative report was run. And John Quinones, he actually took our flagship product, Protandim Nerf 2, and after just 14 days, they tested his blood before and after. His oxidative stress levels in his blood had reduced by 40%. And we're going to talk about the significance of that in just a moment. But what that did, it caused a flurry of media attention. And so people were contacting this little biotech company going, whoa, what is this? And if this is true, we want this as well. And who else saw that were major universities and prestigious medical centers. And they asked, hey, can we self-fund our own studies on that product, Protandim Nerf 2? That was music to this little biotech company's ears. And there are universities like Harvard, Colorado State, Texas Tech, University of Florida, and all the others that you see on the screen tonight. And then at that moment, as all the flurry started to die down, this was a biotech company without a marketing plan. They put the products in retail outlets. But what started to happen was that people didn't understand what this was. So they brought in some experts, and the experts said, hold on, this is a story that needs to be told. They stripped it from the shelves in the retail outlets, and they took it into person-to-person distribution in 2009. And that is now where our company has soared, because now we are over a $200 million company. When people get passionate about something they care about and that they get results, they can't help but share it with others. And it's all because it began using activation to address the leading theories on aging. And we're going to talk about those. Let's start with the first theory of aging, oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress is very interesting because it's a natural progression as we age. Oxidative stress, very simply, is that if you cut an apple open and you leave it on the counter, it actually turns brown. We know that because the oxygen hits it and it turns brown. It rusts, essentially. As we age, we do the same thing from the inside out. And because of our health environments right now, and our environment, we actually produce more oxidative stress than ever before. But look what oxidative stress, the damaging effects it can have on every system in the body, from our heart, our eyes, all the different organs, immune system, brain, lungs, joints, kidneys, skin. And oxidative stress is the big baddie inside our bodies. And the solution is that the body combats oxidative stress by producing its own antioxidants. Unfortunately, the body's production of antioxidants slows down over time. In fact, we are the best we're ever going to be, get this, at 24 years old. Ouch. And then the aging process starts to happen. So what can we do about that? Well, first of all, let's look at what causes oxidative stress. Well, in our environment today, between our diet, poor diet at that, smoking, medication, pollutants, inactivity, or rigorous exercise on the other point, if anyone has ever been on that end of the spectrum, I have, that is not fun. Also alcohol, toxins, pesticides on our foods, wireless signals, the EMFs coming off of our computers or from our phones. This produces even more oxidative stress that can just wreak havoc inside of our bodies. Well, we know that there's a pathway in the body called the NRF2 pathway that when it is unleashed, it lowers your oxidative stress levels. And this is our flagship product, Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, with 5 plant ingredients put together in a perfect ratio that this is not a supplement, but actually turned into a NRF2 activator. And think about this. So NRF2 is actually a specific protein found within every cell. And this protein remains dormant, unable to move or operate until it is released by a NRF2 activator. And this Protandim NRF2 activator activates that protein in the body. Now, when this was formulated, they tested hundreds of different plant ingredients. And it just happened to be that when these 5, milk thistle, bacopa, ashwagandha, green tea extract, and turmeric were put together in a specific recipe that we actually have patents on, it literally turned it into this activator. And because of that, it lowers oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. It increases our survival gene, superoxide dismutase, by 30%, increases our other survival gene, catalase, by 54%. And one of the hottest topics in today's environment, which is glutathione, which is one of our super antioxidants our body makes, this raises it by 300% in the body. So important for the immune system. So we are very excited about this one. Now look at this. This is the Life Vantage approach. Now, if I was very curious about this to say, okay, in layman's terms, how does this really work? Well, blueberries, we know, are powerful antioxidants, but a direct antioxidant fights free radicals 1-to-1 like a Dixie cup of water on a house fire. But when you put Protandim in your body, it's that light switch that turns on those survival genes. They already know how to fight free radicals at the rate of 1,000,000 to 1. It's like putting a fire hose in every room of that burning house instead. Very interesting. I love kale, and I've always been very passionate about antioxidants. And I was the one before kale got popular, when I went into a grocery store, the grocer, after I'd asked him if he had any fresh kale, he'd say, "Oh, you're the one with the turtles." I said, "No, I don't have turtles." He said, "Only 2 people ask for kale, you and the lady with the turtles." And the reason being is because at that time, a lot of people didn't know the power of antioxidants. And as we know that it's very important to put those power foods in our body to help us, but we do know now that these pathways in our bodies can be flipped on, and those switches can be flipped on that already know how to fight free radicals at the rate of 1,000,000 to 1 per second. So now, what's very exciting is that now, not just 25 peer-reviewed published journals, but now we have 31 peer-reviewed journal publications. And if you go to pubmed.gov, you can actually see those. And what had happened was, while this product was sitting on the shelves in the retail outlets, all of these studies were underway from all these major universities. And all of them now have come back, and they're all positive. Very rarely will you find science like this on a product. You may find it on an ingredient in a product, but on the product itself, this is powerful. And actually, Washington State University has said that NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may be the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. This is incredibly unique. If you knew that what you have your hands on is something like this, would you not go and share it with the world? That's what we're doing tonight. The second theory of aging is mitochondrial decline. Mitochondria are in the cell. I'm going to take you back to 9th grade biology, when we knew that mitochondria are the powerhouses to the cell. They're that mighty mitochondria. They're that energy button to push. they produce the ATP in the cell. And whenever our cells are duplicated, those mitochondria get duplicated as well. But if they just are not working up to par, that non-up to par, if you will, mitochondria gets duplicated. So it's like a photocopy gets copied, but it's not a clear copy. And then that unclear copy gets copied again. And over time, they're just not working like they should. So what's the solution? The solution is that the body is constantly fixing or removing that damaged mitochondria and producing new mitochondria in a process called mitochondria biogenesis. But unfortunately, as we get older, the body's production of mitochondria slows down over time. So we have known that this other pathway in the body, the NRF1 pathway, is responsible to get rid of the mitochondria that are not working that well. And now with these 5 plant ingredients put together in a perfect recipe, we know that this flips the switch on this NRF1 pathway. And what that means, the benefits are it increases energy. It improves sleep quality and cellular repair, supports cognitive and brain health, and supports heart health as well. Huge. The third theory on aging is sirtuin activity. I don't want to confuse you, but I want you to think of sirtuins they are the trash. They're the trash guys. They go into the cell and they remove any unwanted waste from the cell. I think you've probably by now heard about intermittent fasting, yes? Well, intermittent fasting is done so that these sirtuins, these trash guys, we could produce more of them to get rid of the waste in the cell, right? And so the solution is that the body is constantly activating these sirtuins and producing additional sirtuins. And yeah, unfortunately, as we get older, the body's production of these sirtuins and the activity slows down over time. But what we do know is this, is that there's another pathway. And this is the NAD pathway, is one of the hottest topics in functional medicine today and in health today. This pathway is responsible for upregulating sirtuin activity. So again, all natural ingredients, but look what happens. The benefit of this, it supports healthy longevity, improves mental focus and concentration. Right when I took this product, that is what I noticed the most. And also, it supports a positive mood and motivation. So next time you're in a bad mood, maybe you're going to think that you need to upregulate some more sirtuins and get into a better mood. This is that third theory of aging. This is our Protandim Tri-Synergizer altogether. They work incredibly well by themselves, but look what happens when they're taken all together. So I'm half Greek, and the word synergy comes from the Greek word synergia, which means the interaction of elements that when combined produce a total effect that is greater than the sum of the individual elements. And that is exactly what's happened when the Tri-Synergizer is taken together. They're just even more powerful. So people are getting tremendous results by taking all 3 together. This is the LifeVantage product pillars. So we are talking about activation instead of supplementation, okay? And then we've taken these different pathways and these theories on aging, and we've taken it to other systems in the body. For instance, NRF2 activation for the brain in Axia with smart energy. A lot of times people feel like they don't have a lot of energy, but maybe it's not because you're just tired. Maybe it's because your brain is not focused. And if you can take Axio here to help with mental clarity, you'll have a boost of energy. And that's exactly one of my favorite products there. Also, we know that your skin is the largest organ of the body. So we have a NRF2 activator for the outside as well. My sister is an Emmy Award-winning makeup artist. She has access to the best skincare in the world. She has chosen True Science because it is the best in her opinion and in mine as well. And really, truly, it's about healing the skin, not just trying to make something smoother, but about healing the skin. When you heal the skin, that's when you have the younger, youthful look as well. And then, of course, hair care. our scalp takes in toxins very easily. So you want a clean, non-toxic hair care. Nerve 2 activated, that is our hair care. And then of course, we're gonna move into gut health and brain health. We know that our guts now are our second brain, is what they're talking about. And the ProBio here actually works. This has a BioTrack system that works to get to where it needs to go and produce a healthy microbiome in the stomach, okay, or in the digestive tract. And omegas, powerful omegas for the brain, clean source of omegas. And then of course we've got Protandim for dogs as well, and a weight management system. So all of this can be very easily bought through shopping through a website. This is shared through a website. So when you look at this and say, gosh, I have a few people I may want to introduce this to, then you will receive your own, when you purchase a kit, your own website that you share with others. And you can even put your own cart ready together for your customer and send it to your customer. And with that, it's very easy to share with others and do business. And then if you enroll and you have a cart that you send to a friend, once that friend enrolls, they are coded to you and the company says, thanks for referring your friends, we're gonna pay you for that. So how do you get started? How you get started, there are 3 different packs. If you say, gosh, I really want these products in my body, I would love to be a customer and possibly even share it with a few people. You can enroll with a pack that in this pack here, have a 31% savings in the silver pack, 33% savings in the gold pack, and a 35% savings in the platinum pack. In order to share this with other people, you have got to be a product of the product and understand what we have our hands here. So when you have results, you can definitely share it with others, okay? Well, let's talk a little bit more about that compensation. How do you make money? How can you capitalize on a business like this? Well, first of all, we have Smart Start bonuses and launch bonuses. We get paid now daily and weekly and monthly. And there are many different ways of earning a commission here. So let's look at first how you get into profit mode. First, when you purchase the products yourself, this is a business that nobody gets paid unless product is moved. It's a product-focused business, okay? So when your personal volume is at 100 to 199, you will receive 30% of the first orders that your customers purchase. And if your volume is 200 plus, you'll receive and max out that comp plan at 40% of what that customer or distributor orders the first time. And then from there, you can certainly, if we're going to take this as just an overview here of how you can get into profit mode. Let's say, for instance, that you enrolled with a platinum pack. That platinum pack was $1,200 that you purchased. And when you enroll 3 people with platinum packs, you will receive your return on your investment. And it doesn't stop there. You can do this over and over and over again, okay? But this is just an example of when your volume is at 200 a month of products you are gonna use and be healthier for, and then you share it with others. This is how you can get in the profit mode, okay? And you can certainly do this with customers as well. You enroll, and then you can enroll people as customers and earn that same bonus, 40% if that volume is at 200. So let's just look at this more of a, this is a business right now that can be worked from anywhere, doing exactly what we're doing right here, social sharing. You can work from your phone, from your computer, from the beach, from anywhere. It's a virtual business. And right now, people are totally looking for virtual businesses. Businesses that we had no idea were not going to be essential are not essential now. And some businesses that are essential, but this is the thing. My husband owns a traditional business in janitorial. He has 250 employees and really a giant headache on top of that. It's like the wild, wild west going on right now. Can you imagine, in janitorial? And he has so much overhead and payroll and logistics that go into his whole business. And, a lot of times we compare the 2 businesses, his business with our business here at Vantage. I say, gosh, you know what? The only overhead we have in this business is products that we get to take and be healthier. And I will say this: one time I didn't have a purse and I gave him my phone to hold in his pocket. And he said, gosh, Cherise, I can't hold your phone anymore because I'm holding one phone, my phone in one pocket, your phone in the other. And he said, every time my phone buzzes, it buzzes and it's like stress and heartache. And every time your phone buzzes, it's of hope and opportunity. And he said, I'm going crazy. Good phone, bad phone, good phone, bad phone. And it's because this is a very simple business that can bring hope and opportunity for so many people. Let's talk about why, and let's talk about the timing of LifeVantage. Well, first of all, look at this sales by product category of wellness right now. 60% plus increase in wellness sales in the last 8 years. And I will say that that's in the last 8 years. Can you imagine where it's gone just in the last few months? This is health. Never before has health ever been at the top priority of people's priority list. And so we're really excited about what we have here on a health, but then also look at this. This is at pubmed.gov. There are over 220,000 published studies on oxidative stress and growing. So we know that this topic is such a hot topic right now. And our motto here is flip the switch, feel better, do more. Our LifeVantage CEO was named to the DSA Board of Directors. We have been launching in many, many other countries. And LifeVantage received the Best Places to Work honored for the 3rd year running. Oh my gosh, we've been adding our footprint all through Europe. And we also named Erin Brockovich, yes, the one from the movie, right? The real Erin Brockovich, to its board. She has been an advocate for health. And when she saw this company, said, this is important work we're doing here. She is on our board. LifeVantage was also honored as the Stevie Award winner in 2019 American Business Awards. And after that, we continued to launch more countries. And then we were added to the Russell 3000 Index. And then look what happens. Of course, we were just growing in sales, but LifeVantage Corporation rings the Nasdaq closing bell in January of this year. We were featured everywhere through New York City, and everyone was wondering, what is this company? Now, I know we've been here for 10 years, but I want you to think about something. You know, Starbucks has been around for many, many years, over 48 years. And if you ask someone how long Starbucks has been around, a lot of times they'll say, maybe 20 years. But it took a long time for Starbucks to get popular. You know, this has been this best kept secret of LifeVantage until now. And the moment that we rang the closing bell in January, all of a sudden, we are one of the hottest topics out there in business. And it's really about flipping the switch, doing more. We are open in all different markets. Even if you don't know anybody in these markets, it's just somebody may know someone that knows someone in a different market. And because you put through that first pebble in, created that ripple effect, you can build an international business from your home, just like we're doing right now. We also have such a heart at this company, helping to serve others that are less fortunate than us. And that's the culture of this company. So let's look at building your dream lifestyle for a moment, okay? This is the income disclosure statement. And if you look at the left-hand side, the distributor ranks here are all different distributors within this corporation. And if you look a little further here at Pro 3, the average monthly commissions let's go to Pro 3. At Pro 3 is on average $600 a month. Now, that means that you plus your organization is moving $5,000 of product a month. And on average, a Pro 3 is earning $600. Can you imagine how that could help a family right now? And then if we take it further to Pro 5, most people at Pro 5 are doing this at a part-time basis. And at Pro 5, an average income at Pro 5 is $3,000 a month. Now, that's just the average. If you look over to the monthly max that some people are making at that, we're talking about substantial income here. And then if we move it beyond that into the elite ranks, this is where you plus your organization are moving 100,000 plus in your business a month. And an average income of an Elite Pro 7 is now $13,000 on average. And this is where profit sharing happens. The company has held back 4% of global sales and shares that in pools amongst the elite distributors. And I personally am an Elite Pro 8. The average income of Elite Pro 8 here is $25,691. This is what this says here. And if you actually look at the average income or salary of a doctor in this country, an Elite Pro 8 with our company makes more than the average doctor in this country. And this is leveraged income. So this is the income that once you have actually set this into motion, you are paid on your efforts over and over again. So we do have people in the company that are executive master protens that one of my very best friends is that introduced this to me. And if you look at these incomes, this is life-changing right now. This is an opportunity for people to say, gosh, for incredibly low investment, you can take this and run with it and do anything you want to do with this. And at the same time, we are changing the face of human health with it. So you may be asking, well, that's great, but can I do this? Let's look at the system here. I believe you can do this. We have many people already prove that it's possible. And with our system here, we have 24/7 support, an easy to follow system. It's about launching your business, learning, and leading other people. Regular team meetings and trainings. You're in business for yourself, but you're never alone in this. We're here to support you. Regular corporate events and training. Every Saturday, we have a virtual training that helps the new distributor and the veteran distributor get motivated and also understand how to do this business. And we have incentives to keep you motivated all along. We have private community to really understand that we are all entrepreneurs here together, building this business to help people become healthier. So with LifeVantage, as you've seen this, you may be thinking, gosh, I've fallen into one of three of these categories. One is you may need more information. Get with the person that introduced this to you tonight and say, I need a little bit more information to digest it all. And or you may say, gosh, these products sound incredible. I want to become a customer. Get with the person that introduced this to you, and you can purchase any of the products from their website right now. Or you may think, hold on, this may be possible. I want to join this team and change the face of human health. Get with the person that introduced this to you and say, let's get started tonight. What do you have to lose? We are excited you joined us tonight. Thank you, and let's get started.